Hey my beautiful Pisces peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from Cancer Moon's Tarot and welcome into your 2024 yearly forecast for the year of 2024 as I already said. Anyhow though Pisces, welcome in guys. It is the season for the fish, so happy birthday everybody. I hope you guys are having a great season. I hope you're having a great birthday and I'm wishing you all very well. I do want to say before we start, as always, if you're interested in a personal read, check out my website, cancermoonstarot.com. First link in the description box below if you would like to book me there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and we're going to see what's up. We're going to start out here with the three major themes here for Team Pisces coming into 2024. So what are going to be your three major themes for this year? If I can get these cards together and we'll go ahead and check it out. What do we got coming in here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout 2024? Let's go ahead and begin. Starting out with the first major theme here for you, we have here flow. I like that. Taking a look here at the next major theme, we have here a challenging times. Okay. Taking a look here at the last major theme, what do we got showing up for you? We have here the darkest fears. Now, I know some of you seeing these two last cards are probably like, WTF? This is not great, but I promise you it's probably not as bad as it looks. So let's get into it and see what we got going on. So I think one of the first things that we're seeing here, right? It's this flow card. This year is teaching you to go with the flow. Things will change. Things will be different. Things won't possibly be constant as they might have been in 2023, but it's about recognizing that there's actually a lot of beauty that's coming in with the changes and that the changes are actually a crucial part of your transformation and that the changes are actually leading you to heaven. They're not leading you to hell. And I'm using that metaphorically, of course, but heaven being high vibration, hell being low vibration. But I think you're going to realize in 2024, holy crap, the challenging times I went through, it wasn't actually that they were challenging. It's just that I was resisting my new beginnings by being involved in my fears, thinking that my life changing means it's changing for the worst, when I actually just needed to go with the flow to see that my life was changing for the best. Okay, guys? Things are going to be changing for the best for you in 2024. That's what I sincerely feel. But when I think it's a human thing, to be honest, all of us, I think when we start to see change, we start to feel very uncomfortable and we start to feel like, oh God, the worst is going to happen. It brings out our darkest fears and then we resist and we call that resistance challenges, right? So let's get into it, everybody, and let's see what we got going on, okay? All right, let's start out with the flow card. We're going to expand on this with the tarot. So what information do we have here for Pisceans? First major theme, flow, coming into 2024. First card coming out is Pisces card. We have here the High Priestess. Taking a look here at the next card, we have here the Strength. And the final card, we have the Magician. Three major arcana shooting out for you. Very powerful stuff, dude. Now, first things first, the High Priestess card. The card of your intuition, the card of intuitive nudges and intuitive guidance. I think that if you allow yourself to listen to your intuition this year, you're going to be golden. If you follow what you're being called to, you're not running into any issues. You're not going to run into any sort of trouble. The Strength card here says, if you're being called to pull back from something, pull back from something. If you're being called to go towards something, go towards something, Pisces, because if you're following that intuition, you're following the right path. With the Magician card showing up for you, the Magician here says, Pisces, you just have to show up. Okay? So if you're feeling called to something, answer the call. If you're feeling ready to draw back from something, go ahead and draw back from something. Pay very close attention to your intuition this year and go with the flow of what feels right and walk away from what feels wrong. And if you allow yourself to listen to your instincts and your intuitive information coming in for you, you're going to be golden no matter what. Okay, so I really resonate with that for you, and I think that that's going to be wonderful. Now, hopping into the challenging times card, like I said, I think these challenging times are kind of going to be something like blessings in disguise. I feel like the reason why things may feel challenging is due to the nature of maybe resistance you're creating to the idea of change. But let's see what the tarot has to say, okay? So what information do we have here for the second major theme for Pisces regarding challenging times coming into 2024? First card is going to be the Seven of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, the Nine of Pentacles. Looking at the next card, we have here the World, and looking at the final card, we have here the Seven of Swords. Yep. Now, Seven of Swords is that energy that can be self-deception. It could be the energy of standing in your own way. So Nine of Pentacles is a card of confidence. The World card is a card here of new beginnings and new chapters of your life. I think ultimately the universe is trying to say, be confident with new chapters that are coming in for you. If you're starting fresh somewhere new, don't hesitate, don't be scared, don't worry that it's not going to go so well, because if you're confident enough in it, guys, you're going to crush it, man. You're going to do amazing. You know, some of you can be having new work environments coming in this year. Maybe some of you are moving somewhere completely new, and that could be a little scary. Maybe some of you are changing your surroundings in regards to people, and that could be a little bit scary too, having a new environment of friends or a new environment of a lover possibly. But the point is that these changes are happening regardless. And if you stand in the way of these changes, it's going to feel like a very challenging time. But if you allow yourself to embrace the flow, and if you move forward confidently, your new beginnings are going to turn out to be a very wonderful journey. All right, guys, I pretty much answered it all when I talked about the first three Oracle cards that came out, but this is pretty much confirmation, right, of what I've already said. So definitely something to keep in mind. It'll only be challenging if you resist the change, but if you embrace the change, guys, oh my God, it's going to feel like such a fucking blessing this year. Having a look at our last and our final major theme, we have here the theme of darkest fears. So let's get on into that. What insights and information do we have here for this final major theme for Pisces coming into 2024? We have a Six of Swords showing up. We have here a Five of Pentacles, and we have here a Five of Wands. You know, the ability to think that if I'm moving on or if I'm switching gears in my life, I'm losing and I'm missing out on what I have. I think a lot of you are scared, man, to let go. And 2024 is trying to show you letting go doesn't have to be all that scary after all, because letting go can lead you to wonderful places. You know, a lot of the time, guys, we live in comfort, and comfort can be the #1 killer of growth, because the truth is that the only way we can grow is by getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Tapping into the energy of discomfort provides growth because you're doing things you've never done before. And inevitably, the more you do things that are out of your comfort zone, you'll become comfortable with them, and the cycle can continue and more growth can progress. So this year, guys, I think your darkest fears is leaving behind your comfort. However, if you can adapt to being comfortable with being uncomfortable, it's going to be a totally different ballgame for you. And there's going to be an immense amount of growth coming into play here for Pisceans jumping into 2024. So I think that that's a magnificent way to put it. Don't let your darkest fears get the best of you, guys. Don't think that moving into some sort of place of discomfort means that it's going to be bad for you. Look at it as an opportunity to grow and to learn something new and to find something amazing that resonates with you showing up this year. All right, guys. All right, though, Pisces, that's what I have here for your three major themes coming into the brand new year of 2024. We're going to be moving into your rose section next, and the roses of the year essentially mean the highs of the year, the good stuff, what excites you, what's going to be magnificent about the year. Afterwards, we'll move into the thorns, which are kind of like the low sides of the year, things we want to avoid, but by getting the insight and the information early, and with the fact that we all have free will, the thorn section is 100% avoidable, just like tarot is 100% avoidable. So if you want to avoid those thorns, I'm giving you the way to do it. Okay? All right, guys. Pisces, we're going to hop into your rose section next, and I'll go ahead and see you there. All right, Team Pisces, let's hop on into the roses of the year and see what we got going on. So starting out here with the first rose coming in for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Throughout the year of 2024, what's it gonna be? Bum, bum. What do we got? We have here Gathering Around, the Power of Community. Oh, I love that card for you. Taking a look here at the second rose for 2024. What's it gonna be here for the Fish? And what do we have? We have here the Fool's Embrace, Transmuting Pain. Pisces, having a look here at the last rose for 2024. What do we got? And we have here the Fortune's Wheel, Luck, and the Right Timing. Dude, these are really fucking awesome cards. Let's go ahead and break it down and jump on into it. So first and foremost here, Team Pisces, we do start out here with Gathering Around, the Power of Community. I really feel for you guys jumping into this year that you're going to see a completely different aspect in the kind of community that you have. You know, this is your friends, this is your family, this is your support system, really becoming something very solid. A very amazing foundation is about to be pretty much embarked on your path is what I feel for you. And I think it's going to be really wonderful to see that. So let's go ahead and talk about it, baby. Let's get our expansion set cards and see what's going on. So what's going to be the first expansion set on our first rose for Pisces with this Gathering Around card? What do we have? We have here the Star, and that's going to be followed up here with the Devil. I love it. Taking a look here at your next expansion. On this first rose, we have here the Sun, and that's going to be followed up here, and paired with the Three of Cups. So, very positive cards coming out for you. Now, like I previously mentioned, the power of community. I feel very strongly for you guys this year. You're going to start to really find the people who you truly resonate with. This can actually be about finding your soul family, finding best friends, finding great people, and it also could be even possibly finding like your greatest partner. But I think you're going to notice this year, your support system's completely changing. You are aligning with a community that truly resonates and embraces who you actually are. Now, the Star card showing up for you is the card of alignment, and the Devil showing up is the card of feeling stuck. I think what's happening here is you're finally starting to align away from the people that have kept you trapped and have kept you down over the years, and you're starting to truly align with your correct and rightful community for you. I think you're finding exactly the kind of people and the kind of environments that you really resonate being in. And that's going to be a really wonderful aspect of the year, especially with this first rose showing up. You know, we have here the Sun, we have here the Three of Cups. These are great times, making great memories with great people jumping into 2024. So I feel like there's no other better way to put it. I feel like you're finding your soul group this year. I feel like you're finding the right kind of people and the right kind of environments for you. And it's going to be incredibly liberating, especially if in the past you've dealt with devil-like people, people who have put you down or people that have put you in toxic environments. And it's nice to remove from that. It's nice to be in a space of clarity, peace, unconditional love and understanding with other people actually who genuinely support you this year. So guys, I think that's going to be a massive change coming in, and you're really going to love it, dude. All right, having a look here at your next rose for 2024, we have here the Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. I always tell people that pain is a great motivator. Pain can be transformed into positivity. Pain can be transformed into beauty. You know, think of an artist, for example. As an artist can take out all their pain on the canvas, they can make one of the most beautiful paintings of all times, especially with that emotion turning pain once again into beauty. So I think a lot of you this year are recognizing it's time for me to own my pain instead of allowing my pain to own me. I'm going to make sure that I transmute this pain into love and positivity and do better for myself and do better for others. So let's take a look and see what the tarot has to say. Hopping on into your first expansion set for the Fool's Embrace. Let's see what's showing up here for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout the year of 2024. Let's check it out, baby. Six of Swords coming out for you, and we're going to pair that Six of Swords here with the King of Wands. Very cool. Having a look here at your next expansion set. What do we have here for Pisces? We have here the Nine of Wands, and we're pairing that here to the Hangman card as well, which is another Piscean card. Now, first things first, you got here a Six of Swords, and you have here a King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is a pretty interesting card because it can be representative of being focused on all the wrong things, or it kind of could be a card of being distracted. As you can see here, this king is very focused on the flame that is showing and hovering over the staff, meaning that he's got his focus somewhere, but he's not very much so focused on his subjects or focused on the kingdom. He's just focused on the staff and its magical powers, aka he's distracted as shit and probably has no idea what's going on in his kingdom. Now, with the Six of Swords, on the other hand, the Six of Swords here says there is so much more to my kingdom than just my magical staff. As in, there is so much more to life than the pain that I've gone through. Right, Pisces? And that's the utmost realization in 2024. Sure, I've endured some painful times, I've endured some hard times, but there's also a lot of beauty to life too. There's also a lot of good that comes with the bad too, and I'm choosing to focus on the good instead. So how are you transmuting your pain in 2024? Well, you're turning your pain into something beautiful. You're taking the valuable lessons you've learned from the painful moments you've went through and recognizing that those lessons are irreplaceable, And however, too, you're recognizing that, sure, I might have gone through pain in my life, but there's also so much beauty in life, too. There's also so many amazing events in life, too, that are worth celebrating. Now, if I was the king, and I was only focused on the pain being showed up here as this flame, then at the end of the day, I'm missing out on everything else life has to offer. But if I take my eyes off of the pain and redirect my attention onto every other amazing thing that life has to offer, then my perception is going to sincerely change my reality. So that's the thing, guys. Your perception does change your reality. For a person who only focuses on the bad stuff they've went through, they would say they've had a bad life. But if they allow themselves to balance out a bit and say, you know what, despite some of the bad things I've went through, I've had some pretty significant and amazing moments too, they wouldn't say they've had a bad life. They would say, life's been pretty awesome. Sure, there's been some tough times, but there's also been some really great ones too. Right? So Pisces, you're going to be changing that pain into wonderful, wonderful perceptions of beauty, recognizing there's better out there. Now, I did mention something earlier. I mentioned that pain can be a great motivator, and indeed it can. When people are hurt, when people have gone through a lot, it can make them so motivated to want better for themselves. I typically tend to tell people, and I'm not saying that you've reached rock bottom, but when people have felt like they've reached rock bottom in their life, there's nothing else that is lower or beneath rock bottom. Rock bottom is it. So you can only go up from there. And that's why pain can be a great motivator, because if you feel like pain has taken you down to a really dark spot, we can only ascend further to reach the light at the top of the cave. Meaning that things can only get better from here, baby. So Pisces, a lot of you guys are like, you know what? I've been through the fucking ringer, but guess what? It can only really get better from here. So I might as well focus all that motivation on getting better for myself. And damn straight, dude. Having a look here at your next expansion set, we have here the Nine of Wands and we have here the Hangman. The Hangman is a card that could represent feeling stuck or feeling stagnant. It also could be a card of kind of like having a realization. It's like a light bulb moment with the Hangman. As you can see, there's this glow that's on this woman's head, and that glow is representative of, even though physically or emotionally or mentally I feel stuck and I feel trapped, the truth is that my mind can always set me free. And I think that that's what a lot of you are starting to come to terms with in 2024, is just how damn powerful your mind and your brain truly is. Because your brain is everything to your entire body. Your consciousness is everything. Your consciousness is who you truly are. Your consciousness is your soul. So with that being said, guys, you are allowing yourself to use your mind to set yourself free rather than using your mind to keep yourself stuck. This is about realizing that if perception's reality, I can change realities at any given time by changing perception. So this is really beautiful, guys. Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain, changing that pain into positivity, and changing those hard times into good times by embracing the valuable lessons that have come along with it. Realizing that I might have gone through a period of rock bottom, but I can always get back up to the top. No matter how far I descend into the deep dark cave, I still have that lifeline rope to pull me back to the light above ground. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Hopping on into our last and our final rose for you, Pisces, we have here Fortune's Wheel, luck and the right timing. I think this year it's going to feel that way. Like you are in the right place at the right time. And oh my God, how did I get so lucky? So you could be seeing situations like this popping up with your career. Maybe some of you are feeling like you got in a certain career at the right time and it was amazing and you're so grateful that it happened, especially if it's like kind of like a really tough career to get into. Some of you could be feeling this way with people you meet, like a romantic counterpart. Others of you could be feeling this way in general for the direction and the course of where your life is going, especially if it's moving in a very magnificent and fortuitous way. So let's go ahead and take a look, guys. What insight and information do we have here for Pisces on this last and final rose? What's going to be the first expansion set coming in here for Team Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello, we got here a Nine of Cups. I love it. And that Nine of Cups here is going to be paired to the Eight of Cups, which is cool too. Nine of Cups minus Eight of Cups creates the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is the energy of love. So I feel very strongly here, guys, you are finally in a position to where you can have what you want and what you desire. And the reason why you can have that is because you're walking away from the disbelief that you couldn't have it in the first place. The reason why you're going to feel lucky and the reason why you're going to feel like you're in the right time at the right place is because, Pisces, you're finally embracing the fact that if you believe you can have it and if you set your mind to it, you can. So there's going to be a massive change here, guys, in how you feel. especially when it comes towards having something you've wanted and having something you've desired. Fulfillment's going to be massive for you this year, but the reason it's massive is because you're walking away from everything that has hindered your fulfillment in the first place. Whether it has been the disbelief within yourself, the opinions of other people, the opinions of society, you are recognizing none of that shit matters if my perception is my reality. None of that shit matters if I believe in myself and I take action. I always tell people, right? There is no law of attraction without the law of action. If you believe in your ability to achieve something and you set out and physically put the momentum and the action in to do it, those two things combined will manifest what you desire. All right, Pisces, really, really beautiful. Let's take a look here at your next expansion set. What's going to be the next expansion set on this rose here for Pisces coming into 2024? We have here the Chariot, and we also have here the Two of Swords. I love it, guys. Chariot card is about being a go-getter. Two of Swords, on the other hand, is about kind of being in a space of confusion, being in a space of debating. Should I do this? Should I not? It's indecision most of the time, right? So I think that with the Chariot card, you're recognizing this is not the time to be indecisive. It's going to feel like a fortuitous year. It's going to be a year with opportunity. You're going to feel like you're in the right place and at the right time. And I definitely strongly urge you that when you feel like these fortuitous moments are happening, you are going to tap into that go-getter energy and you're going to go for it rather than doubt yourself or rather than get caught up in the energy of indecision. If opportunities reveal themselves to you this year, Pisces, take them. You may not know where they're taking you, but certainly it seems to me like they're taking you to fortuitous places. So it's a really good time, guys, to recognize that a lot of opportunity is going to make its way to you. Don't hesitate on those opportunities. Be that go-getter and go for it. This is going to be a time, guys, where we have to walk away from the things that have unfulfilled us. So if we're willing to walk away from them, it's going to create opportunities for things that will. If we hate our job and we start actively seeking out jobs that we genuinely enjoy, those opportunities are going to appear. If we can't stand our romantic partner and we walk away and decide to be single, we're going to start to find opportunities of people who suit us better in our romantic lives and romantic space. So remember, guys, if you're showing the universe what you actually want, then there's an opportunity to have it. But if you're showing the universe, or excuse me, if you're staying in places you don't want, what you're showing the universe is that this is what I want instead. You know, if you're at a job you hate and we're staying here, universe is like, well, you must like it. So, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody you can't stand, the universe is like, well, you must really love this person. So we got to show with our actions exactly how we feel as well. Okay, Pisces? But like I said, everybody, feels like a very fortuitous time for you, man. This is actually one of the best, I think it is the best, rose lineup I've seen out of all the Zodiac I've read for the 2024 yearlies. This rose lineup that we have, each and every single card, is the best cards that have come out so far. So this was a really wonderful rose section, Pisces. I love it. Let's go ahead and keep it moving forward, okay? We're going to hop into your thorns here next. So let's go ahead and prepare, Pisces, and get ready to get on into that, okay? All right, everybody. Pisces, we will see you at the thorn section. Thank you so much. All right, Team Pisces, let's hop on into your thorns, baby, and see what we got going on. I know this portion of the read can be a little scary. Just do remember, guys, you can avoid every single thorn here by using your free will. You don't have to partake in any of this. So let's get into it. Let's see what we want to avoid here for 2024. All right. What's going to be the first card coming in, or sorry, the first thorn coming in for Pisces throughout the year of 2024? Starting out here with our first thorn, we have here the Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. Oh, baby. You don't want to fall into that matrix. You want to go ahead and go deep diving into that rabbit hole and break free from the matrix. Let's take a look here at the next thorn showing up here for 2024. What do we have? We have here the Wailing Tree, which says reconciliations. Okay. Having a look here at our final thorn for this year. What's it going to be? And we have here the Crossing, which says initiation. Very, very interesting. I actually love how this card looks. Very cool stuff. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, first things first, we have Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix. This is an interesting one for sure. Okay. There has been some pretty interesting things that I've been seeing in the collective and in the matrix, if you want to put it that way. There's a lot of things this year that are going to be pushed and a lot of agendas that are going to be planned, and there are some things and traps you don't want to fall into. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see what's showing up. What do we have here first and foremost with this first thorn for Pisces coming into 2024? go ahead and take a look here at our first expansion set. We have here a Queen of Cups, and that Queen of Cups here is going to be paired with the Page of Pentacles showing up here too. Queen of Cups is the representation of your emotional state of being, your emotional well-being, if you will. Now, the Page of Pentacles is how much you are emotionally investing, how much you are giving emotionally to certain situations. There's going to be a lot of things in 2024 that are going to try to get at you, that are going to try to trigger you, whether it is collective things happening in the world or whether it's people personally who may try to personally trigger you too and get you to invest emotionally into them. You want to watch out for manipulators or for things that seem like they're being manipulated. And this is going to call for you to use your best judgment and your best awareness, if you will. So use discernment and awareness as tools in 2024 to really navigate off of things, or navigate through things, if you will. Don't mind my speaking today. Navigate through things, if you will, that seem a little off or a little bit too matrixy coming up this year. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of things that are going to try to grab your emotional interest and try to emotionally trigger you, and it could be things that are incredibly deceiving. But if you're using your discernment well, and if you're using your awareness well, you can gather what's bullshit versus what actually is worth your emotion. Okay? So be very careful, because I feel like there could be traps or people or collective things going on that are saying, Pisces, come on, give in to me, give in to the low vibration. And it's like, no, I can see through the bullshit. So make sure you're reading between the lines here this year. Having a look here at our next expansion set, following up this first thorn, what do we got? What's going to be the next expansion set here for Pisces? We have here the Six of Cups showing up, and we also have here the Five of Wands. People bringing up the past, and it seems to me very much so this could be about past people returning, and funnily enough, we do have the card of reconciliations, which I'm pretty interested in getting into. I feel like there's a lot of insight on that card too, but we'll get there in a moment. So Six of Cups, the card of the past, Five of Wands, the card of frustration, the card of conflict, and things of that nature. I feel like there could be a potential situation where people from the past can arise coming into 2024, trying to cause up some sort of storm, Pisces. Remember, you don't need to give in emotionally to these people who are purposely trying to trigger you. I always want you guys to remember that you have the power of choice, and that choice is what you decide to give your energy to. You can choose to give in to somebody who's purposely trying to trigger you, or you can choose to say, fuck that, I don't resonate with the energy you're giving me, therefore I'm going to just not respond to it. Instead of reacting when people are searching for reactions, give them responses, and your responses can be zero. You can give them zilch, you can give them silence, and let your silence speak as a very, very powerful answer. So I want you guys to just be mindful this year of this, because I do see that coming up, where there could be past people who are trying to trigger you, but there's a whole list of people and situations and things that could be trying to get at you emotionally. And what I mean by being emotionally triggered is people may be trying to bring you down to a low vibrational state of being and have you resonate with that kind of energy. Just remember, you have the power of choice. You don't have to give your energy to anybody or anything, and try once again to not be in the space of reacting. If we are reacting to people, we're giving them exactly what they want. We are giving them a version of ourselves that are triggered. If we are responding, we're making a conscientious choice of, hey, I don't really need to give any sort of a fuck about this. So with that being said, I'm going to choose to not care, and I'm not going to respond, and I'm just going to keep doing me going forward. You know, basically, to put it bluntly, right? Like, the universe is trying to say, tap into the subtle art of not giving a fuck. At the end of the day, you don't need any fucks to give, and people may want you to give them fucks, but you don't have to give them any. Okay? By the way, it's a good book. Look into it if you're interested, okay? Anyhow, Pisces, hopping into your second thorn for this year, we have the Wailing Tree, which says reconciliations. And now I feel like reconciliations this year, for some reason, I'm feeling like this is something you really want to be mindful about, Pisces, because if people are coming back, they may not be coming back here with the best intentions. So let's see what this has to offer. What do we have here for the second thorn of reconciliations for Pisces? Oh, already we got two cards. We have here the Justice, and we have here the King of Swords. King of Swords is interesting because it could represent a person who is in that energy of stubbornness. They don't want to change. They see things the way they see things, and that's simply going to be that. And the Justice card, being the card of balance, can be also representative of compromise and doing what you can to really compromise with each other and balance up the scales. I feel like if there are anybody that are showing up here from your past, or if there is anybody showing up here from your past, they still seem to me like they're not budging and they're not changing. They're coming at you with the same perspective they've had, which has caused disresonance between you guys in the first place. And it feels to me like these are people who are saying, Pisces, you need to compromise with me. I don't need to compromise with you. You know, it's giving that kind of energy where people are trying to basically tell you, Pisces, you need me here. You need me back in your life, but you need to do this and you need to do that. And it's like, whoa, I don't need to do anything. There's a reason why there was that disconnect in the first place. So with that being said, Pisces, don't get fed in to the energy of people who are basically trying to tell you that you need to be a part of their life again, but you have to go by their rules and it's, you know, their way or the highway, period. It's definitely something I feel that's worth avoiding, okay? So that's interesting seeing that show up for you. Having a look here at the next expansion set for this Thorn. What do we have here for Pisces coming into 2024? We have here the Queen of Wands, and we also have here the Lovers. Yeah, I think that you can definitely see reconciliations showing up here in the aspect of romantic reconciliations. You may have romantic partners come back in, and with the Queen of Wands showing up, they may feel very confident in getting to have you again. You know, they're showing up here saying, Pisces, I love you, I care about you, I'm confident that this time things can work and this time things can turn around. However, though, I don't feel like their behavior has genuinely changed. And whether or not these are people romantically coming back or old friends, I think that the good thing to do first before you even consider a reconciliation is take into consideration why there was distance or why there was a disconnect in the first place, and really give yourself time to see if people have truly changed, because anybody can wear a mask, but inevitably that mask gets so hot and so gross that they're going to take it off at one point or another. So they can't keep up a charade forever. And if somebody's truly changed, you'll see that consistency. If they haven't, you will see them reverse their behavior to what it actually is. You'll see those true colors in no time. So I just want you to be very mindful with reconciliations. I'm not saying that you cannot necessarily reconcile with anyone. Maybe there is going to be a great chance for reconciliation this year between you and an old flame or you and an old friend. That possibility is definitely a possibility. However, though, take your time and be very careful with realigning with people from your past. Remember that there is a reason there was a disconnect in the first place. And if you're not seeing changed behavior, especially at a level of consistency, you know, their true colors are bound to come out inevitably. So I wouldn't just jump back into it out of a place of impulsivity. I would really monitor how someone is behaving and how they are. And I would really make sure you're frequently checking in with your intuition before you get to a place to where you feel like you can openly trust and openly give some sort of second chance. So I would just say, Pisces, be very mindful with this and don't hesitate to take your time if you're re-inviting somebody back into your life, or more so if somebody's trying to come back into your life. Really take your time if you're going to allow them to. Okay, guys? So that's what I just want to say there. Heed that warning about reconciliations, because I feel like these are people popping back up that haven't actually changed. All right, guys, hopping into the last Thorn, we do have here the Crossing, which says Initiation, which is very interesting because the crossing here, right, kind of looks like you're moving into the tunnel of light. So this could be about having to allow yourself to move out of the dark to come back to the light, but some people may feel like they get caught in the crossing. They may feel that before they initiate moving towards the light, they could have a difficulty taking the steps to get there. So I think that with this card showing up here for your final Thorn, it's basically trying to say, don't hesitate to move towards better. Okay? A lot of people sometimes hesitate to move towards better because maybe they don't believe they deserve better. Maybe they've been so used to being treated poorly that they believe that poorly is all they should be treated as. But that is false. Everybody deserves the best, including you, Pisces. So allow yourself to initiate that crossing towards the light because you deserve good things in your life. However, though, let's see what the tarot has to say and let's expand on this energy. All right, so what information and insight do we have here for our final Thorn here for Pisces, which is going to be the Crossing? First card coming out is going to be the Eight of Swords. Following up that Eight of Swords, we have here the Page of Cups. Taking a look here at the next expansion set for Pisces, what do we have? And we have here the Ace of Pentacles, and that's going to be paired here with the Knight of Swords showing up here too. Now, the Eight of Swords is usually about feeling very mentally trapped and very mentally stuck. And the Page of Cups is about taking positive action, moving forward for positive results. So I think that there could be moments this year in 2024 where you do see good opportunities. You do see something that has light for you in your life that could be a good opportunity and that could be something positive. But you get yourself held back by being so far inside your head. I think that this year you have to do what you can to take positive action. Don't hold back on whether or not something's going to work out or something isn't. Go for the experience anyhow and see where you end up. You may not know what's on the other side of this light portal. However, though, it could be the most magnificent thing, and if you never decided to go through the portal, you're never going to have that magnificent thing in the first place, okay? So it's really worth it, Pisces, to go towards the good things and the good opportunities that appear for you. Because if you talk yourself out of it, or if you get too wrapped inside your head about it, you could talk yourself out of something good. So essentially, with the crossing, I feel like if you don't cross, you can miss out on good opportunities, guys. That's what I'm feeling for you. Speaking actually of opportunities, you have an Ace of Pentacles, right? Ace of Pentacles is a massive card of opportunities. And by the way, Knight of Swords is a card of pursuit. So essentially the universe is trying to say, pursue the good opportunities that are coming into play for you, because whether or not they work out or whether or not they don't, not pursuing them is going to put you into a space where you can be missing out. So the last thing you want to do this year in 2024 is miss out on a good thing, especially if a good thing reveals itself to you. Don't hesitate to jump through that portal, Pisces. Give something a go. Remember, if something isn't for you, it's not for you. You can always walk away. But you may not always get a second chance to really align with something that is for you. You know, sometimes that opportunity's here, and who knows when it'll come back if you don't take it. So it is worth definitely considering to take opportunities this year in 2024, especially if they look good for you. Because once again, if it's not working out for you, you can always walk away, but you may not always, excuse me, have that option, Pisces, to have that opportunity again in the first place, okay? Like I said today, guys, don't mind my speaking. But anyhow, that's what I have here for your thorns. Pretty interesting thorns coming into play for you, but that's that. So we did your thorn section, Pisces. We did your rose section. What we're going to be doing next is we're going to be taking a look at what are going to be some great steps this year that you can take to become your greatest version in 2024. So we're going to go ahead and take a look here at that now. And then after we finish up that section, we will have an overall final outcome for your year of 2024, okay? All right, my beautiful fish, let's go ahead and get on into it. So what does Pisces have to do this year? Or what are some steps they can take to become their greatest version in 2024? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout the year of 2024. What are going to be some steps they can take to become their greatest version? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. Starting out with the first card, 10 of Cups. I love it. 10 of Cups showing up for you represents the energy of the ultimate fulfillment. You have to start living life on your terms if you want to be your greatest version. And what I mean by living life on your own terms is quite literally living life exactly how you want to. You know, do you want to be the person who is hanging out with people they can't stand all day? Or do you want to be the person who'd rather be a lone wolf until you end up aligning with the people who truly resonate with you, right? Do you want to be the person who's working the job they hate or doing the dream job they've always wanted? Do you want to be the person who is unhappy with the kind of life they have, or do you want to be the person that does something about it to change it, you know? 10 of Cups here says your fulfillment matters. The way you picture your life matters. The way you picture yourself matters. But you have to be willing to take the necessary steps in order to make that happen. And those steps are going to involve you believing in yourself first and foremost, but they're going to involve your action. So if you want fulfillment, start signing up for the life you want to live and walk away from the life you're not wanting to live currently at this time. Walk away from the things that aren't bringing you the fulfillment that you genuinely are looking for. Taking a look here at a couple more cards that we can see in terms of steps to take for Pisces to be living their best life this year, to be their greatest version. We have here the Justice, we have here the Hangman, and we have here the 9 of Wands. Let's go ahead and talk about it, Pisces. If you want to be your greatest version, Justice card here and the Hangman card here. You have to ask yourself, what is throwing my life off balance? What is making the scales uneven? And what can I do to balance out those scales? So you got to take a look here, guys, at what is weighing you down. And if you cut off that dead weight, you're already en route to getting towards that 10 of Cups, right? Also, with the 9 of Wands, you have to be willing to connect with yourself, to check in with yourself, and to be honest about what you're feeling. Nine of Wands is usually representative of a person who's incredibly emotionally withdrawn. And if you're emotionally withdrawn and not in tune with how you're feeling, then how would you know what you actually desire, and how would you know what is actually making you feel unhappy? So you want to make sure this year that you are tapped into your awareness and that you are constantly searching your feelings and seeing how you feel about things. And if something doesn't bring you joy, it's okay to let it go. However, if something else brings you joy, it's okay to hone in on that and to go for it. Okay? So these are some steps you can take to be your greatest version this year. Just a little bit of steps from the tarot. But let me go ahead and break down, guys, what you can do actually without the tarot, what you can do to literally transform and transcend into the best version of who you prefer to be. Now, one thing I want to note, Pisces, is that we each and every single day have a choice to be who we prefer to be. So always remember that. Now, you have to ask yourself, if there was a greatest version of myself right now, what does that version look like? How am I presented? Am I a confident person? Am I unconfident? How do I dress? What kind of lifestyle do I have? What kind of friends do I have? What kind of career do I have? Who knows? You want to think about all these types of attributes of what would be the greatest version of yourself. And as soon as you can come up with what that greatest version is, now is the time to start setting the goal to embody the energy of that greatest version. See, a lot of people teach, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you just got to act as if you're that person. But we're not here doing an acting class, because acting is just acting. Why would we act like something rather than be something? In 2024, if we want to be our greatest version, we have to embody the energy of what that version of yourself carries. So if your greatest version, Pisces, carries the energy of somebody who is kind, confident, and has a strong mental, you have to embody the energy of kindness and confidence and a strong mental. At the end of the day, if you want to be that version, be that version. Be who you prefer to be. You can change yourself at any moment and at any time. You can affirm that you're confident now, and you can affirm and choose to be a confident person. You can choose to be a kind person right here and right now. You can choose to be a person who's happy right here and right now, because we always have a choice of how we decide to show up in our world and in our reality. But I do want to make that note again. Life and transforming into your greatest version, it's not about acting as if. It's about literally deciding, this is who I prefer to be now, so I'm going to embody that energy and simply be it. Point blank, period. Excuse me. So that's what you have to do, guys. That's the method of how to be your greatest version this year. And most of it's going to rely on you having to take the time to brainstorm of what that greatest version would look like. But once you see it, everybody, embody that energy and become that person. I could even recommend maybe write down like what the attributes of your greatest version has, you know? And it could even be like physical changes too. Like maybe you have a certain kind of hairstyle, or maybe you have a certain kind of body type, or maybe the greatest version of you has a certain kind of relationship with someone. You can write out your life and what you prefer to a T, and you most certainly can manifest it. You just have to be willing once again to embody those energies and to quite literally become that person. Okay, Pisces? Cool. All right, guys, let's get your final outcome here, and that'll be it for your 2024 yearly, okay? So Pisces, what is going to be the overall outcome here for you coming into 2024? Overall outcome coming in here for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the year of 2024. What do we got? We got here the Fool, baby. Love it. And pairing that Fool, we have here the Three of Cups coming out yet again. Beautiful, Pisces. This year, what you guys can expect is to let go of what isn't serving you, of what isn't the best for you, and to start aligning to what truly makes you happy in 2024. Fool card here says too, I'm not afraid to jump in blindly. I'm not afraid to go to new adventures and go to new heights that I've never gone before. Because at the end of the day, a new adventure is worth it, because that new adventure could be something that's amazing for me for the foreseeable future. That new adventure can lead me to joy. It could lead me to abundance. It could lead me to so many beautiful things. I'm done with my past is what you're saying, Pisces. I'm focusing on my present moment. I'm focusing on taking life day by day. And if opportunities come, I'm not letting them pass me by. I'm deciding to invest in those opportunities because you know what? I never know where they're going to take me, and they may take me somewhere wonderful. So 2024, guys, for you is a time for enjoyment. It's a time for happiness, and it's a time for letting go, because you want the best for yourself this year, And god damn it, Pisces, you're not going to settle for less. Point blank, motherfucking period. Okay? Pisces, I love it. You guys had an amazing reading. Thank you so much for watching. Happy 2024. I know this reading was late, but better late than never, right? But I want to thank you guys so much for your time. I want to wish you a happy birthday. Happy Pisces season to you all. But have a wonderful year, everybody. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, please do hit that like button. If you're new, definitely do consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you and welcome you here into the Soul family. But Pisceans, wishing you a wonderful 2024, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love and have yourselves a good one. Peace.